Guess we're doing it. Mic check. Cam check. Actually, the cam is a little. I guess the cam's alright. Cam looks alright. What up, y'all? So, a sick duck was happening. All right. Well, I am. You guys see it in the stream title. So Merry Christmas to y'all who are there at the moment. I think on the East Coast is about we're like an hour away. West Coast is about 4 hours away, but probably the chunk of the rest of the world is probably already in that time zone. But with that being said, and obviously for those who celebrate different types of festives on the 25th, so that is Hanukkah and other things too as well. I will also say that tonight is going to be a short stream. Okay, so it's more so to just kind of show my face to say hi to you guys. For the most part, we will play a little bit, but what with the sub is going on, man? I'm actually surprised my alerts didn't play. Yeah, the alert didn't have to go off. That's kind of weird. Interestingly enough, I wonder if my alerts just aren't working on the just chatting part of the thing. It might not be. But anyhow, let's build some Path of Exile. We're gonna hopefully make a teeny bit of progress before we end tonight. But hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Where is okay, no. Let's go to games here. Oh, by the way, I am, comparatively speaking, I'm actually liking my 27-inch monitor better than my 32-inch monitor. What Christmas traditions do y'all have? Actually, wait a minute. Why is there no sound? I'm not hearing sound. Or game sound or whatever. Huh. That's interesting. All right, so I hear music sounds and stuff, but I don't hear any of the other sounds. Normally, I would have heard the game sounds, so that's a red flag somewhere. All right, let's figure out what's going on. Try this again. Yeah, what Christmas traditions do I have? I really don't have any. I've never really like celebrated like Christmas like that growing up. I would say like there's been like a few Christmases that we kind of did have gifts, but those were kind of like few far in between. What is going on with my desktop audio though? Hold on, y'all. We gotta figure this out. Because if I can't hear it, I know you guys can't hear it. Okay, what's going on? We got the input. Edit to FICO series. It should just be the voice meter. No, that's not it either. You know what I think it is? I think I know what it is. But I gotta find it and disable. I think I know what's going on. I don't know why this happens, but Give me a sec, chat. Gotta be somewhere. Yeah, why is that the default device, bruh? Okay. To disable and delete. Not gonna let me delete actually. This should be the default. Followed by this. Alright, and then alright, cool. You guys can hear the game sound now?
Hello there.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Got it fixed. We're good. That did take a minute though. But first, actually, you know what? Before we start, we're gonna actually let's clean out the stash a bit real quick. Get rid of things I know I'm not gonna use or be able to use. Rid of that. Static green, what's happening, man? Same to you, sir. Sorry, y'all. I saw that. Also not worth. So, also not worth. Think he's made it to Act 3 crew difficulty. It's gonna suck having to those, well, I guess with the waypoints it's not that bad, but actually, why am I holding on to this? Oh, I don't need that. This is a lot of resist. Physical damage or resist. This is good. Rarity of items found. Lightning. These actually some pretty decent rings. Let's see what we got here. Mana regen. Fire damage. Nope. Nope. I think this is a ring I used to wear. That physical damage as mana is actually like really good whenever I cast Rain of Arrows. Let's see, we don't need that. Don't need that. No. Spell damage. Also spell. I think these are the gloves I want to wear eventually. Yeah, I just can't yet. Whoa, what gave me a Regal Orb? Or was it like the Regal Shards made a Regal Orb by itself? If so, that's pretty impressive.
Until next time.
Now you need to find some gear on your level. Yeah, well, hopefully that'll be in the form of crafting. Cause
Good eating.
finding anything in this game is rough. So hopefully you'll be able to craft something that you need.
What can I do for you? On with the work.
Okay, I got 7 Regal Ores. That's not bad. I think this is from doing the trials. You know what? Like whenever I get tired of doing maps, I think I might just do that going forward. I'll just do some trials. Actually, what we got here? No. Agent rating. Like I'm keeping these gems as if I'm going to be able to do anything with these. And the answer is usually no. Onto these. I think I used to wear. Oh yeah, I used to wear this, right? That started out pretty well.
Hello.
Jewels drop randomly. Yeah, it's random. They're just rare. And I just kind of hoard them
I'll be here. Waiting.
because I don't really know what to do with them usually half the time. So. Okay, now this. Don't need that. Don't need that. It's definitely started off pretty good. You know, that's not terrible. I used to wear this. Oh, so yeah, I do want to keep that. Fire, lightning, evasion rating, maximum health, some low rolls. It's gonna be a while before I can replace this chest, though. I think. A physical. No.
Good eatings. Good eatings.
Yeah, do I waste a lot more than Diablo?
I'll be here.
At the moment, I would say yes, but I think that's kind of biased at the moment because
What
this is like,
for you?
keep in mind, like Diablo is like being in a relationship with with a girl for, years in general, or the franchise, right? For years, and then like you get this new girl, hot new girl at the bar, or whatever, right? And like she's got a lot of good things going for her or whatnot, and like you're excited, so you're infatuated, right? So, but you've only known the girl for a couple of weeks, right? Versus knowing Diablo for let's say a few years or whatever, right? So there's gonna always be that initial infatuation. In a sense. But like the idea is once I get to know her, am I gonna still feel the same way? Like once I get to know like Path of Exile 2 like a lot, am I still gonna feel the same way? And that's hard to say, right? Am I joining the game now? Sure. It's also during the time frame where like this is the end or towards the end of Diablo 4's season 6, which really wasn't a good season. So of course I'm gonna have more fun doing this currently. However, it's hard to say what that's gonna be like long term, if that makes sense. So as of right now, in this current moment, I would rather play PoE 2, yes. But I'm not oblivious to the idea of the fact that I'm definitely still in the honeymoon stages of the game. So there's going to be a bit of bias there, naturally. But I am enjoying myself a lot. Let's see. I guess we'll go to Val Factory. Yeah, sure. We'll go to T10. Sure. What is the tier list of PoE 2? Is there a class that dominates? Oh, it's PoE 2 right now is not it's not even close to being balanced in terms of classes are concerned. There's a lot of imbalances. It is early access, so you know that's to be kind of like expected and a bit of skews, but yeah, there's a lot of imbalance right now. Ranger and Sork are by far better than any other class. It's like not even close. Warriors are in a very, very bad state right now. Speaking of which, why is my search bar still down at the bottom? I can't see the rest of my whatchamacallit. Let's fix that real quick. Isn't the new season 54 next week? Nope. It's not until January 21st. I should be roasting Diablo. I'll put it to you this way. I know I see the little like silly face, but I'll put it to you this way. I've been playing this genre or Blizzard games for a long period of time. Long period of time. And I've been down the path or have been watching the path of basically everybody, you know, saying that this game or that game is going to be the next Blizzard game killer. Right now, I think the biggest thing is Marvel Rivals. It's going to be the Overwatch killer, right? I'm not saying Overwatch 2 is in a good state, but I mean, it's going to be one of those, I'm going to wait and see things. But, you know, Marvel Rivals is just the new kid in the block. Again, the whole infatuation stage. But we've heard how many MMOs that was going to kill WoW. Basically. Then there's then of course there was Last Epoch that was going to kill Diablo 4 and even Path of Exile fanboys gonna come over and play Last Epoch, and you know, for a good month and a half that happened, and then after that was kind of it. You know, the infatuation stage wore off, the honeymoon stages wore off, and then people were back to doing what they were doing. Right, yeah. So like, but don't get me wrong, like I understand the hype, you know, like I get the hype, I understand the hype. I'm not oblivious to the fact that, you know, fresh new things get people excited. Said no way WoW is the Blizzard's 1/3 of everything. Well, I mean, you have to keep in mind, literally, I don't know how long you've been playing Blizzard games, but literally every time a new MMO will come out, back, you know, for the past like you know, almost 2 decades now, it's always been, oh, this game is gonna kill that, or this new game is gonna kill that, or Conan whatever is gonna kill that. It's gonna kill it. And then what was the other one that was focused on PvP, like an MMO that was really focused on PvP? It wasn't Black Desert. It was another one. I forgot what it's called. Had some cool mechanics. Did not kill WoW. But it's just like, that's just like the talks, right? I just says every single class in Sanity can dominate endgame, so play whatever you like. I use that argument in Diablo 4, and people hate when I say that. Because when I say every class can dominate T4 endgame, D4, which is absolutely true, but like, let's be realistic. What they want to know is how much stronger is Spiritborn than the other classes. They're not looking for the answer that you gave. They're looking for which class just deals with stuff easier than other classes. And let's be honest, that's going to be Ranger and Sork are just going to have an easier time. Considerably easier time. But you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. And I usually would take that answer usually, or I would give my answer myself. New World, no, it wasn't New World. So D4 would be there for more casual players, or people who just might like that type of game. Like it's not really a casual versus hardcore. I mean, this is an action RPG. At the end of the day, it's not a. The game still doesn't really give you a lot of skill. Well, there is some skill expression here in PoE too. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say that there's not, but like, let's be honest, it's just which looter do you really like to play? At the end of the day, the PvP. No, it was a long time ago. It was a wild something, wild something. I forgot what it's called. This was like, I mean, it has to be about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. So nothing recent, but like, yeah, I guess like there's Wildstar. There we go. Yeah, there it is. People were saying Wildstar was gonna kill World of Warcraft. Remember? Other sort builds are struggling. Archmage itself is the outlier in turn the class. How come no one ever says this whenever like we're talking about D4 builds, right? Like Spiritborn, for an example, there was like 2 or 3 brokenly OP builds, right? But the rest of the Spiritborn builds were kind of, you know, meh. And it's been like that, obviously. You know, even back when like Barb was like OP, it was always like 1 or 2 builds that were like ridiculously strong, but we will always blame the entire class, right? But yet we're giving PoE 2 grace here. Nah, man, be just as ruthless as you guys were in D4. Say it with your chest. Being like, yo, this class is busted as, you know, OP, busted as hell. It needs like a, you know, ridiculous nerf bat. I don't care. People who play this, you know, class are scum. Where's all that stuff? Where's all that stuff I'm so used to seeing? Stop being logical here. No one's asking you to be logical and rational. Nah, man. Nah, but anyways, on real talk though, real talk. Real talk is that, like, generally speaking, people are going to like different things. I will obviously say that Path of Exile 2 is a bit more challenging than, like, you know, obviously D4 or even that Last Epoch, etc. But some people actually might not mind the challenge, but might mind some of the other systems in the game, or even the combat itself. But I think the whole rumor is just like, oh well, if someone doesn't like Path of Exile 2, it's because they're not good enough, or they're not as much of a gamer as somebody else. You know, it's like, oh, if you're not as much of a gamer as I am, you shouldn't be playing Path of Exile 2 or a game like that. You know, that whole like stigma is just kind of cringe. honestly, the whole action RPG drama is really meant to be casual to begin with. You know, there is no esports or anything behind it. There's no real competitive, like, you know, scene, like actual competitive scene in which you can compete for money or anything. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's all pretty casual in the grand scheme of things, right? Do you just want to be a, you know, a sweat lord casual, or do you want to be a chill casual? The Blizz hate, say Microsoft billings require Activision. I guess this game doesn't have the incentive to mass bash the company. Or to the people. No, but I will say that, like, you know, I do find it that, like, in my opinion, if I'm going to bash, I'm going to bash equally, fairly. Like across the entire genre. Like, I'm an equal opportunity basher. So if I'm gonna bash one game for doing something, I'm gonna bash all games for doing something. I won't give one game grace over another if they both do the same thing, or they both are having issues with the, you know, same thing. Now obviously I would give more leeway to Path of Exile 2 because it's an early access per se. But I won't hold back my punches on some things or some philosophies that I just think are bad regardless. Some people just want more of a chill time. Yeah, true. I did a Moonrise Spiritborn to T3 before changing to Necro, so what you're saying is valid. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, but true. Who is it? Duffman says D4 and PoE and Last Epoch are all good games and you can play them all. We should all be talking and saying how all lucky we are to have good action RPG to play. Bro. Okay. You are not the fun part of the internet, sir. Okay. There's no drama in your statement. How am I supposed to troll when you make comments like that? Like what am I supposed to say to that? Like, how am I supposed to rage and be angry at what you said and be like, nah, right? Or be like, nah, man, you're a loser. You're such and such fan. But nah, man, like, how am I supposed to rage? Can't be making comments like that. This guy being all rational over here. Who told you to be rational? And why can't I get the chest over there? Try the gauntlet in PoE 1. You can compete for money. PoE runs a... Does GGG run an event in which you can compete for money? Like a sponsored event, you know, about like... When I'm saying sponsored, I mean like organized tournament, league, you know, those kind of things. Where there's a legit prize pool by either the company themselves that put on the said tournament or a well-known organized grassroots sort of thing. It is a sponsored event. The bouncers are nowhere near how Broken Spirit Board was in D4. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That is true. But I will say that Path of Exile 2 right now has more balance issues than D4 does. But that's to be expected because it's early access. You remove Spiritborn, the rest of the other classes are actually pretty close to being balanced. That's not really necessarily the case in PoE 2 at the moment. But it's not, again, it's not to be expected because it's early access. is, you know, things are not going to be great at the start. Where am I going actually? But Almighty Justice, who sponsors the event, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what company sponsors the event? And does it have GGG's approval? Like, is GGG kind of like, you know, at the head of it going, all right, yeah, cool. You know, we approve of these sponsors, etc. So how is it not? What do you mean? GGG had their own one before. Cool. GGG helped make the gauntlet more difficult. Okay, well that's cool. What up, Miku? But I guess the same thing can be said as well, because I mean you're comparing the balance with D4, but like legit, literally, I really made many different rogue builds do T4. Actually, any rogue build be able to decimate T4. Obviously, pit 100 plus, which is not necessary to do. Different story. But I was able to do T4 with literally any rogue skill, even dash rogue if I wanted to. But I think the thing is that Almighty Justice, while I understand what you're saying, I'm usually in that same camp of saying you don't have to play the most OP thing. You just do whatever you want for fun, because I do that all the time. I say that all the time. So I'm with you 100%. But I think the idea is, as much sense as that makes, people aren't looking at it that way. They're looking at it as, what is the absolute strongest regardless. It doesn't matter if you can do all content. Who does it with way more damage and flash? You know, they're looking at it like that. And while I don't like that that's how it's looked at in any game, really, honestly, play whatever you find fun. You see, that's what I'm doing now. That's usually not the answer they're looking for. I think that's kind of what I was gonna say. How's it in balance? I mean, I'm only repeating the same things that the experienced players are saying. These are not necessarily my regurgitated opinions. These are literally what Ben has been saying. You know, I don't even want to say Al Kaiser. Fub Gun has been saying. Actually, Ben even said, "What's the point of playing any other class other than Ranger for a while?" He even said it on his stream. He's considered, I guess, the best Path of Exile player, I guess. And then of course he's playing Spark now. You know, kind of saying the same similarities.
Yes. Greetings.
Oh, I'm gonna have to keep this one.
On with the work.
It's just the speed. All right, well, I mean, you can go tell those guys that they're wrong then. That doesn't bother me either way. I'm not married to the game. But like I said, I think the point is that, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying initially. I'm just saying that, like, actually, it actually goes both ways in the same thing. When you're saying that D4 was way more imbalanced, but you use the metric of any skill can do anything in the end game, the same is true, is legit true for D4. It's obviously not the piss that don't matter. Obviously, you can't take any skill in Path of Exile and do pinnacle bosses, no. Right? But you can take practically any skill and do anything in game as long as you figure out a way to get it built, right? said another problem is speed. Well, I mean, speed is part of being OP, right? When someone is asking what is the most OP class, then speed is a part of that equation, no? No, it has to be 150 piss. But see, that's the thing. Isn't that the same thing as pinnacle bosses? How many skills and classes in PoE2 right now can like destroy pinnacle bosses? Can every skill in Path of Visca, like Path of Visca 2 right now, like absolutely just mollywop pinnacle bosses right now? Because 150 pits is like probably roughly the equivalent, right? Every skill. So you're trying to say if I look on YouTube right now, I would see every skill mollywop in pinnacle bosses right now. Every skill. I'm just going off of what you're saying. Every skill that people playing. Yeah, okay, so now we're going back. Now you're backtracking. Every skill that people playing. What skills are people playing? The most OP skills, right? Because everybody just follows what the other streamers are doing. You can't be backtracking and say the skills that people are playing. So yeah, that's not that many skills. That's really not a lot of skills. Go watch videos. No, I'm asking you to show me. Show me a video of every skill being done on the pinnacle bosses. If you said every skill can kill the pinnacle bosses in the same time frame, equally, in the end game, then all right. Well, then show me. That's all I'm asking. Show me every skill. I'm willing to watch. I mean, you brought up pit 150s, which is not content you have to do. Pinnacle bosses is the same thing. You don't have to do that either. But since you mentioned 150s, now I have to mention pinnacle bosses because that's kind of the equivalent. So show me all these builds and skills that are literally destroying pinnacle bosses just as fast as the most OP skills are. Right? Oh, well, I got stun locked. That was bad. There's only a handful of builds are doing that. Well, I don't know. I might just saying that every skill can do it, so I want to see it. As if he didn't think I was gonna actually ask him for those videos when he mentioned it. I think that's a perfect example, right? So in PoE2 and D4, there are a lot of pathways and builds you can do to do basically the majority of the in-game content that matters. All of them might adjust this, so you're trying to, okay. Let's just do it on Ranger real quick. I want to see it Rain of Arrows. I want to see Gas Arrow. I want to see Vine Arrow do it. I want to see... Not done yet. I want to see at least seven different Ranger builds do it. I want to see Detonating Arrow do it. I want to see Ice Shard do it. I want to see Freezing Salvo do it. I want to see, well, Lightning Arrow obviously does it. I'm not even going to even ask for Escape Shot. I want to see Snipe do it. I want to see Poison Burst do it. I want to see Spiral Volley do it too as well. You said all skills. So I'm holding you to that. Oh, auto shot too. We gotta throw auto shot in there. So how many videos is that? Like 10? And that's just one class and one ascendancy. And they all have to do it within 10 seconds of each other. So like one can't be taking 15 minutes or whatever, and the other one took 30 seconds. Like they all gotta be close because you said they're all close. So anyways, that's my point. It is good that a lot of builds are able to do say in-game content, but I think the point I was saying before is that like people kind of give grace for one game and not the other, showing obvious bias, kind of like what we're seeing in chat. However, I will say I don't think I've ever seen anything in terms of something being OP. I don't think I've seen anything as bad as Spiritborn though. The couple of Spiritborn builds, like the mathematical difference between like the best Spiritborn build in terms of damage output is concerned, and the next on a different class is by far the most disastrous gap of power known to any action RPG ever that I know of. I'm still baffled how they left it to go that long. Well, all season really. Let's just put it that way. That I just want to antagonize. Is not talking to something. Oh no. I mean, if they want to prove it, I'm here. I'm all for it. It's not really that difficult to really change my mind. If you can prove it, what you're saying, then you know. But enough, I know I was putting out D4 numbers, but that's been corrected. That really, yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that GGG is definitely going to correct it now, right? I mean, it's early access. This is the best time to make sweeping changes. PoE2. Oh no, you can post a link on my justice. You are definitely free to post a link. But now you got 9 more. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. 8 more. 8 more different ranger skills. Doing all the pinnacle bosses. You did say all of them, right? So how many pinnacle bosses are there? 5, right? I assume. I really don't know. Is it 5? Does it matter if you one-shot him? Alright, so are you saying all the skills can one-shot him? Or what? Because now you're throwing in a new variable. Do you want to show me that all 9 skills can one-shot them? Then that's almost more work for you, not me. Anyhow, what up, Boiler? What's happening? Shout out to Inside, what's going on? How you feeling? I actually have a slight headache, gonna be honest. But mostly alright. It is what 11 minutes before officially Christmas where I'm at. About passing, I'm sure. It's really not even that bad. It's just like, you know, where it's like at like the forefront of your head, and it's just like a little nagging. That's all it is. Like 5 hours out of you. Oh, you're in Hawaii for real? I didn't know you was from Hawaii. Or are you like visiting family in like Hawaii or something? I hate that. You was born and raised there? Okay, cool. Well, that explains why you're here at my, you know, crazy hours of the day or night that I stream. Because you're like, you know, you're 5 hours behind me, so. My degenerate hours of streaming sometimes is just like, you know, dinner time for you. Makes sense now. I don't fully agree. But you missed a different disagreement, man. If you just got here, you missed a different disagreement. You could have joined in on that. But what's up, sir? It could be Muslim. But that's, I don't know like how long I was gonna make my title to try to put all the different types of things that people could be celebrating today, right? So, but yeah, true. You got a Maxroll player for your ranger? Nope. I do not. Ironically enough, I've been asked that a lot, but honestly, you guys don't want to follow what I'm doing. It's try hard for no reason, but I find it fun. And I'm still learning, so I'm still making adjustments, and I don't even know what all gear rolls, all stats and stuff. So I am in no like real state to make an actual plan or you know, build public, that is. You make it? You don't want me to make it. We can try a different class at some point. I know you don't appeal to other classes D4, but what about here? Well, I actually do like the druid in D4, believe it or not, and also the sorcerer. I just didn't like. I didn't like some of the more of the forefront builds on sword, I guess you could say. But I was meaning to try shred actually this season. But the season itself didn't really interest me as much, or for as long as I would have liked. So I just didn't bother. Now in terms of Path of Exile 2, the class I'm really waiting for outside of Ranger, or outside of playing Ranger, is actually Huntress. Unfortunately, Huntress is not available yet. So when that does come out at some point, whether it's in early access or release or whatnot, I definitely will be giving the Huntress a try. Because that also kind of seems like up my alley. Outside of that, though, Monk kind of seems pretty cool. I like the bell play. I don't know if there's enough there for me to actually like go through the grind again, solo self-found to do a Monk from in general. Like I would definitely do it for a Huntress. I don't know if I'd do it for a Monk.
What is it? Take your time.
Yes.
Waiting for Assassin. I actually kind of forgot about the Assassin.
Speak. Hello.
Like I totally forgot about the Assassin. Rarity, evasion rating, X.
Good evenings.
Whoops.
Hello.
Season 7 soon, about a month away. Pick your D4 interest will return. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did play Season 7 PTR. And I enjoyed most of what I saw on PTR. Most. I do have some gripes with the wish powers, but the wish powers are actually more interesting and not just, or a little more interesting than I thought they would be, and not just plus damage to, each time and each thing. So I am actually looking forward to Season 7 a little bit. The one thing I will say about Season 7, though, is what they're not doing. And I think I've already complained about this already before multiple times. And that is, yeah, we're getting new toys to play with, and they've definitely made some pretty massive, pretty big changes or shakeups between the classes with the changes. But they did nothing to the in-game content. They didn't do any pit fixes at all. So the bosses are remotely the same. The gameplay loop for that is the same. Infernal Horrors, there's so much potential there. They've done nothing with that. No bug fixes. Not even try to fix the boons to make them more even or equal. They've done nothing to the Nightmare Dungeons. They did nothing to, virtually nothing to Cuirass Undercity. So it's like all these different horizontal, in-game stuff that is available, I guess, with bug fixes or with bugs and stuff like that. They've done nothing to. So it's like we got all these cool new like toys and stuff to play with and a new season to play in, but the actual content is legit, literally the exact same thing. So what I'm not looking forward to is, creating all these builds and having, putting them in the armory, which is cool. Like I love the armories there, and like that's gonna be a lot of fun to do and switch between different builds for different content. I'm looking forward to that. But what I'm not looking forward to is being back in the pit, doing whatever speed pit 110, 120, whatever my build is doing, and I'm flying through it in like 2.5 minutes, and then the boss is taking like 4 or 5 minutes because guess what? The bugs are still there, trick attacks is still broken. Kyle the Nameless is just insane with broken, trick attacks. And the boss scaling is just ridiculous. It's dumb. So I'm not looking forward to that gameplay again. And because the other gameplay types or gameplay content, you out level them relatively quickly if you're a blaster, then all you really have left to do is the higher pits. And if that hasn't changed and it's the same exact loop as before, then it's just going to be annoying, right? So there's good things. Don't get me wrong. There's good things coming into season 7. I'm just really hoping that they actually do some tuning to the different types of content at the end of the game, so we're not legit playing in the exact same loop with the exact same problems that we had before. I don't have high hopes for it, but it will go. I'll put it this way: it would go a long way if they could just fix bugs in those in-game activities. I'll put it that way. That would be a good start. Keyword start. But yeah, I was complaining about this to Mippy a bit because me and him were talking about rogue builds and stuff in the PTR. You've been on the loop for the last couple of months. I haven't heard anything about that. Well, if you haven't played season 6 or season 5 or anything like that, then like the gameplay loop will be fine for you mostly because you wouldn't have done it yet before, so it'll kind of feel fresh to you until you get to a certain point to where you start to realize, okay, this problem, that problem, this problem is kind of annoying to deal with. But if you've been on that grind for all these seasons, you know what these problems are, you recognize the problems, and you're looking for them to actually make progress towards, fixing those problems or doing something about the problems, and then they haven't, right? And they might do it next season, sure, but I mean, it's just unfortunate. Again, a lot of good changes coming to season 7. It's just that the content we're playing in has received no updates. So my prediction is people will be, pretty excited, having a good time for the first week or two until you're having to farm the in-game content of it, and then you're kind of back to the complaining about the same exact things. So the novelty of the new toys will wear off pretty quick, in my opinion. And the theme, which I think is actually a pretty good theme, will be kind of a waste because, for season 7, if the content has no updates. So my prediction is I'll play for about maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, and then I'll play Monster Hunter Wilds when that comes out. And then after I play some Monster Hunter Wilds for a little bit, I'll kind of bounce back and forth between Monster Hunter Wilds and Path of Exile 2 until season 8 comes around, and then basically rinse and repeat, I guess. The move is going on. Beyond that, I will play season 7 for maybe 2 weeks. Similar to the problem with D4 is everything is around the pit, which I don't enjoy at all. Hate time-based challenges. Well, I'm supposed to disagree with you, right? So I disagree. Even though you were 100% right, you're 10,000% right. I am. It is by tradition now that we disagree. But you're right, 100%.
That's quite nice.
In all seriousness, though, I feel the exact same way about that. You play a lot of Monster Hunter Worlds. I'm taking it. I got about 1,000 hours into it, but I didn't like do any speed running or anything in it. But I did play it for a bit. Bro, how are y'all still living? Must be. Yeah, how y'all still coming back up? Unless I'm missing something. Let's have a good conversations going. I want to say I agree, but based on tradition, I have to disagree.
Choking cloud.
Yeah. So I will say this, yo, guys, for like chat. I will say this about Diablo 4 and Season 7. Like, while I have my, real concerns there, there's been a lot of us that has voiced these opinions already and has given this feedback. Since the PTR dropped early, there is time for them to make some changes to some of those things. I'm not like, I don't have a great feeling that they will, but it's possible. So I want to sit there and say that they will at least look at that and be like, all right, well, maybe we don't want Season 7 to go to, like, a good Season 7 theme to go to waste because we didn't offer any updates to our endgame structure that needs updating, that needs work, right? Like that, I'm not saying big massive overhauls or whatever for Season 7, but enough to be like, okay, we understand the boss imbalances are bad, and we did some rebalancing of the bosses or something. Or hey, we understand that the boons were not even close to being balanced. We rebalanced some of the boons. I mean, something like that. Enough to where it's like it feels different enough to be like, okay, cool. Now I won't go from getting 400 to 500 Aether, or between 400 Aether and 1200 Aether, just literally because of random boon choices that were out of my control. Or maybe I can play boons that are more fun because now they'll be more rewarding. And it's also changing the way that you feel about the farming part of it because you'll have more fun. Little things like that. Little things like that can go a long way. It won't fix all the problems, but it'll be a good start. And of course, I could talk about Pit for like, 5 or 6 streams straight on just all the things I dislike about that and the philosophy and why they even implemented something like that into the game in general. But that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, honestly, if Pit just happened to, accidentally like die in like a horrible fire of some sort, I wouldn't be upset. Not that I wish anything. But yeah, I do kind of wish that on Pit. Let's be honest. Definitely, it's like, yeah, I wish every bad thing to happen to Pit. I would not be upset if it just got deleted from the game. I like to chase something in D4 that's not a greater fix. But I mean, when it comes to Pit, man, like Pit is just so D3, man. Like, leave that in the past. I get why it was attempted. I understand why it's there, and the idea of a chase for a higher completion number or whatever. But man, like, there's other types of content that there are available that they can do that in, and it not feel like Diablo 3, but worse. That's exactly what Pit feels like. Diablo 3, greater risk, but considerably worse. In practically every aspect. The only redeeming quality in Pit is that I don't have to pick up anything until the end of the run. That is it. That is the only thing I like about Pit. and maybe I'm biased because my Rain of Arrows build doesn't like going back and picking up stuff. So my favorite build to play doesn't, you know, would benefit from, you know, not picking up things, but that's it. Is the only Blizzard new in-game content, guys. We brought back the gauntlet. But I will say this though, like last thing about it. I will say this though, like as much as I'm kind of picking on, you know, D4 and Blizzard with this, there are some good ideas, man, going into season 7. There are. It's just they're just going to be buried behind the similar complaints we've had in, you know, about the current content in the game. So, which just sucks because I'm sure there are teams that are truly trying to work on doing good for the game in the sense that, you know, we're just not going to really see that progress or appreciate that progress because other things are just, well, bad. But yeah, so great. So chase something in D4 that is not greater at affix. Well, I guess that's kind of what Paragon was supposed to be. But Paragon is also a whole another topic. Paragon boys need a rework.
This will come in handy.
That's something we can legit disagree. Okay, try me. I didn't like to change the couch. Oh, definitely disagree. Boy, I definitely that is a hard disagree there. Like a legit disagree. I'm happy that that the jump back is gone. I am not gonna miss that jump back. Ever. I thought the animation looked cool. Like, in terms of looks, I mean, it looked cool. For sure. Practicality, though, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Why? Because it has no iframes and it can get you into trouble and you can die in midair. And not only that, but it's always a jump back, and it's only just for a buff, in a sense. Like, it's funny because I don't mind it on Toxic Growth, right? Like, I don't mind on Toxic Growth. Like you see me play Toxic Growth and you see the jump back and everything. You're like, bro, you hate Caltraps, but you like Toxic Growth? Like, what? Like, what is wrong with you? No, but like legit, because I'll put it this way. There are no iframes in Caltraps on the jump back of Caltraps, and then you couldn't evade afterwards. So like when you dropped onto the ground, or when you fall to the ground, you're basically more often than not in a worse position than you were had you not used Caltraps. And the only time where that might not be true is if you have a insane amount of attack speed to where that ending lag animation isn't that bad. But for the majority of the time in which you're playing, that animation can get you killed because you're stuck in it. Like, you're stuck in it. You can't do anything. You have to wait for the animation to finish before you do anything. And it's just for a buff, right? And it's a big buff. Caltraps is a big buff. I'm not gonna lie, but man, I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way beyond that. Let's go a little bit deeper in that. I wouldn't mind it so much, the jump back so much, if crowd control was a bit more useful in Diablo 4. Like if I could actually play range and crowd traps actually help me stay ranged. So therefore, when I fall back and land, I'm not swarmed and dead basically the time. I might not have minded as much. But with the way the Diablo 4 is, range play is almost kind of like non-existent. Because the enemies just don't care mostly about your crowd control in more ways than one. Like I'll put it this way: if I was forced to play in melee range with toxic growth, I wouldn't use toxic growth. But I can actually play range and Path of Exile too. Like I feel like, I mean, there are times where you can get overran and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. That do happen. That do be happening. But I do feel like I can actually like,
Take your time.
I'm rewarded for playing at a distance.
Hello.
And there's little reason for me to ever be close if I don't have to be.
Greetings.
Killer Maw, what's going on? So actually, let me ask you this beyond that. Would you be okay with the jump back if you can still throw it wherever you want but still have the jump back? Because honestly, I just don't like having to be that close to plant the cow traps either with the jump back. It's multiple things that I didn't like about it. Definitely says, well, I hit 150 using all bugs on best class ever made. Yeah, it was dumb and very sad that they did what they did. And then I logged out and, well, I don't really know where to go from here. I mean, that's why I thought that them leaving it the way it was all season was a bad thing. Because again, there were some good there were some good ideas in the expansion. You know, there really were. I mean, haters are gonna hate, right? Haters are gonna hate the game no matter what. But they actually had some good ideas going into the expansion. Spiritborn kind of ruined a lot of that. Especially the progression part of things. Them being able to see how people were actually progressing between T1, T2, 3, T3, T4, how they're getting the resistances, how fast they were leveling up their glyphs, etc., etc. Like basically Spiritborn skipped all that. So yeah. What I didn't like was that they, you know, the team kind of felt was like, okay, well, yeah, they literally said that they're fine with how the in-game systems are playing out or whatever. I'm just like, bro, y'all don't have enough data for this. Y'all don't have any, like, I'm gonna say enough data. Let me rephrase that. You either have the people who are not playing past T1, or you have people who are Spiritborn, who are literally doing plus T, you know, pit 100 in like a day or two, without like literally any gear or having to really try. Like, there's very little in between data you could have had there to be like, yeah, that your systems are okay. So like that made me feel like I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, this hurts. This is gonna hurt because that's minus 12 maximum player resistances, and then also monster damage penetrates 25% elemental resistances. Oof. But how you doing, Killer Mom? I wish they made Inferno Horde actually endless. I'd be cool with that. Inferno Hordes is my, and I say that because I'm biased towards Inferno Hordes. Like, I'm really biased because I love Inferno Hordes. I think that's, in my opinion, by far the best D4 mode content that they have currently. I like it better in season 5 when it was more challenging, you know, at the time. But and not just like just the farm mode or whatever. But yeah, that and Helltider, I like to do a lot, but more so in front of horse than anything else. Doing great, 11P, BOA2. You ready to beat the final boss in BOA2? You in a campaign right now? Got Toxic Growth, the legendary bow. That detonates your gas cloud. Oh, that ignites your gas cloud. I guess with that being said, then why play Toxic Growth though? Why not just do gas cloud then at that point? I've actually never seen that bow actually. Oh, you do both? Okay. Hey, I have another shot at Ascendancy. I'm not gonna do that tonight though, but we'll go for it. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, say Deadeye explosive shot rangers is kind of saying they're gonna 100% nerf it. Yep, they will. Nerf. You also play the controller, so I have no idea where it lands. I have no control over where it lands. Okay, well that probably. Okay, then I guess the change for you that doesn't really help you. Then I totally understand your perspective now. Actually. I want for Christmas some favorite build to become my favorite ranger. Ranger build maker. Yeah, well, like I told everybody in the chat, it is. Don't expect anything from me for a bit when it comes to Path of Exile 2. Like when I make something, or like in Diablo 4 specifically, when I create anything in Diablo 4, it's because, or when I do it and I bring it to the public, it's because I'm sure of it. It's battle tested, I'm sure of it. There's many different routes to go. If you don't have this is a great substitute. Like I can literally like help anyone get into that build and have fun playing that build if that's what they want to do, right? Like I have that confidence there because I truly understand that game inside and out. Or, well, all the bugs that are present in the game that helps mix the builds. But yeah, I am nowhere near that in Path of Exile 2. And while yeah, I'm doing kind of okay with Toxic Growth right now, I still don't understand everything I think I need to know about what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a better way to do what I'm trying to do. I just don't know what that is, and that's fine. Like I'm not like looking to try to find out from others. It's one of those things where I experiment and go, I wonder if this works. And usually the answer is no. But all it takes is that one yes to find something cool, right? Like a literal like scientist in the sense, right? You have to fail a lot to have a breakthrough sometimes. Sorkin Ranger will get the nerf hammer. Well, it's more so like the game's new for everyone, so people are still that's what they're crafting. Yeah, and not only that, but like the game is gonna change a lot throughout the course of the next 6 months to a year. So there's gonna be new things to find out every time GGG decides to, you know, patch something out or patch something in, etc. I love about PO2s. I'm doing great on my own, but I doesn't have to look for any guys. I'll get the T15's. D4 needs a guy to navigate the bug stuff, man. That is the unfortunate part, yes. The tooltips are really bad. So it's really for a game that's not as complicated in general, in terms of like understanding the game itself. It's harder to self-make a build, in my opinion, in D4 because you don't know what works, what does and what doesn't work. And the damage systems, or trying to understand damage is much more confusing than it needs to be. Way more confusing than it needs to be. I actually find these systems in terms of like how damage works here in Path of Exile 2 a bit easier to understand. Even if there's more going on, more things make sense. Obviously, there are going to be some outliers where it's just like, you know, it's like, oh, well, the game didn't explain this, but this can do this and that can do that. Yeah, sure. There's going to always be that. But when you have things like before Season 7, you know, Shadow Clone, where it tells you, hey, you know, you pick this particular ultimate, right? And the clone does 60% of your damage. Okay, well, you pick this passive node, now it does 80% of your damage, right? And you pick up all the uniques to go along with it, and like you pick the gear for it, you pick the, you know, the aspects or whatever, to come to find out that Shadow Clone isn't dealing anywhere near that, and you're confused as a player because you're like, well, what the hell is going on? Because it's not listed as a bug in the patch notes or anything. So it's like, yo, what's going on? Why is the Shadow Clone doing like 0.01% of my damage when the skill literally says 80%? Right? Like. And so now you're looking at your gear thinking that you did something wrong. And now instead of like destroying T4 content, which you probably would have been able to do had the tooltip worked the way it said it was going to, you're stuck in T2, T1, barely scratching the surface because you spent all this time trying to build around the Shadow Clone that isn't doing what it says it's going to do. And there's too many instances like that in Diablo 4. That happens. And so new players get bamboozled and it's just like, I don't understand why this doesn't work. And so I'm having to answer questions, or answer the questions, be like, bro, Shadow Clone sucks. And they just like, no, it doesn't. The tooltip says it does this. And I'm like, we know the tooltip says that. But unfortunately, the tooltip is wrong. It's not even close to being right at all whatsoever. It's like, it's not even like a 0 or 2 off. It's like a matter of going from like, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's like that sucks. Whereas I guess with Toxic Growth here, I was able to not know what I was doing at all and sort of just kind of read the passive skill tree, you know, read the underlined text or whatever, you know, to be like, okay, so that tag, you know, works with this skill because it's, you know, it's tagged and the tag actually works, right? So it's like, okay, so if I just want to make this stronger, I just scale physical, right? And then scale some, you know, I can scale the AoE tag a little bit. I can scale, you know, whatever. Some things that, you know, I didn't understand. It's like, okay, well, what is projectile speed and why do I need it? Oh, there's an underline. It explains it to me. Okay, cool. So, you know, those kind of things. Like, there's a lot going on, but it makes sense. Which is why I was able to come up with what I'm doing right now, because it mostly made sense. Now there were some things that didn't work, like I think there was a skill gem that didn't work that like was supposed to, might be bugged or whatever. But those are like few far in between. That isn't the main experience, right? Whereas, like I said in Diablo 4, that is the experience. We joke about this in Maxroll. We joke about this in Maxroll all the time, and we say, you know, we try to theorycraft builds every season for, you know, from PTR to the next season. But for one, we know that most of the stuff in the PTR is going to get gutted or removed or changed. And two, there's going to always be new bugs introduced that is going to basically facilitate the build that we play. And there's no way for us to predict that. It's just, we just never know. We have an idea of what is supposed to work, maybe, until the game launches. And then it's like, oh, did you hear about this new bug? And I'm like, no. And then now that new bug basically becomes a build, and now you have to change your build guide to accommodate the bug. Or bugs. Have any actually systematic to poison? I have not tried. I haven't tried because I'm actually going hit based, so I don't have it. I don't have any interest on magnitude poison, to be honest. Also, AJ, Merry Christmas, man. Sork and Ranger will most likely get the nerf hammer after the holidays, I'm afraid. I mean, it's fine. I mean, there are other pretty cool Ranger builds, honestly. I won't say cool Ranger builds, but there are other playstyles, I guess you could say. I think Ranger will be fine. Maybe I'm saying that because I know that what I'm doing is definitely not going to get nerfed. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets if it gets a little bit of a buff. Because no one's bothering, like no one's, you know, bothering with this. But we'll see. Not that not that I think that it needs a buff. I don't think that at all. Like toxic growth or whatever. I think it's like right where it needs to be in terms of difficulty. Damage output and the risk that you take to do the damage, like having to be in midair and, you know, you're kind of locked in your animation a little bit. There's risk to the damage that is being outputted, so I think it's fair, but it's also not like one-shotting anything either. So I think it's kind of where it needs to be. Like I have to try. Yeah, but also Tailwind probably does need a nerf too as well, or some tuning. I'll put it that way. Pick up the white and slap him. I saw you skipping the dual string bow before. Yeah, that's because the dual string bow won't do anything for this particular setup versus like a zealot, sorry, or maybe a composite bow. So I actually just want more raw damage versus the extra projectile, because the extra projectile will give me what a 9% increase in damage for my toxic growth. And that's only if that one extra toxic growth actually hits a mob. So the reality is more like a 3%, 2-3% more damage in realistic scenario. Yeah. So like it doesn't do anything really for the setup.
Toxic rain.
Which is why actually I probably would have, you know, benefited a lot from trading, because I would be going for the bows that nobody else want, right? Like I don't want dual string. You guys can have that. I'd be selling all those, all the good ones I get, right? And I go for like the Zealot bow. Like, yo, anybody got a Zealot bow or whatever? For sure they're considerably cheaper, right? So I would have had an easy time like putting something like this together to like super high tier, right? Considering that.
Stay light, stay alive.
From a trading perspective, that is. I think more developers for PoE are actually playing the game. Here's the thing, itty bitty infinity. Someone did a video. I think I'm gonna watch the video on stream with you guys. Someone did a video which was very. It's the only person that I feel like kind of understands the Blizzard situation. I'll put it that way, in terms of like the bigger content creators who make content or whatever, or at least chose to speak on something that most people generally won't. And his title, PoE 2, managed to do something that Blizzard isn't allowed to do. And I saw that title, I'm like, no one says that. Like, huh? I'm intrigued. What does he know?
Speak.
But I will definitely tell you that like devs like Leviathan. I don't know if you guys know like Leviathan, right? And you guys know who Leviathan is. If you played a lot of like Diablo 3, and you like Demon Hunter, you knew like he was a big Demon Hunter blaster. He's part of the dev team. There are some people who like the devs do play. They do play. If anything, I would probably stick it to management than anything of the game. I think Path of Exile 2 has a considerably better management style and team. I won't say team, but like specific, like considerably better management style, and it is a lot more free with letting the devs do whatever they do. Like the relationship between Mark and Jonathan is like incredible. Something that you just don't see in the industry, really. Period.
Good eatings.
Mainline, what's going on? What's going on? First time seeing you play PoE 2, and of course you're talking about nerfing your own class. Respect. I am not biased. Well, let me phrase that. I'm lying, because everybody has a teeny bit of bias. Everybody has some bias, but I
Not on our side.
when it comes to something being OP or something that's bugged or whatever, whether it benefits me or not, I'm gonna always have the same opinion. Like, fix it. Always. Whether, like I said, whether it benefits me or not, whatever is best for the game overall, and then in the long term, is what needs to happen, right? So of course there are definitely some things on Ranger that just needs to, not be the case anymore. Oh, I forgot. I haven't even finished this yet. Some classes have health, some have energy shields, and we have tailwind. Accurate.
Miasma.
Took the speech from the Game Awards that Baldur's Gate 3 director did. People related so much with his words. What's the context? Oh, they're creative. They're allowed to create and think. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that kind of gets like overlooked. I'm not defending Blizzard as a company. I don't really defend corporations most of the time in general. But when it comes to developers, or the people who are definitely lower in the totem pole, I can tell you that the Blizzard developers do not have near the amount of creative freedom as their counterparts do. Like Last Epoch, for example, because they're an indie company, and then of course GGG as well. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, because I don't know what would end up happening if they have more creative freedom. It could be way better, or it can go in the opposite direction. Like, the sad part is that we just don't know. We don't know. But I can tell you that, you know, a number of the devs do feel a lot of the same way that we do. But just may not be able to do anything about it. Not because they can't, not because they don't want to, is that they, you know, there's limitations on what they're allowed to do. Have I been a good boy? Nah, man. Man, my like kill count on slaying demons and you know, all types of monsters, man, like has gotta been, I mean, it has to be somewhere in the, you know, 600,000-700,000s, man. Like, not sure if that's and like, you know, not all of them were bad guys, I assume. They just attacked me first, so you know, they gotta die. Oh god, I'm stuck. You're wrong, we do know. That's when Blizzard was Blizzard Gamers. Main games for gamers, now the company legit business, nothing more. Okay, sir. I will say that I've actually got a chance to speak to said developers for hours. There are some things obviously I can't say, but to think that all developers are bad that work for Blizzard is quite a take. Even the developers who left, I'll put it this way. You don't even gotta take my word for it. You can take the words of the developers that left, like the Mike, Jeff, Kaplan or Kaplan. You can take the words of previous like big name developers that left. What was the one thing that they said? What was the one thing that they said whenever they made their leave? Every single one of them has always said there are really good developers who are still working at Blizzard. Their gripes weren't with the other developers. Their gripes were with the other things of the company. They've said it every time. So if you really believe when Blizzard was Blizzard and you take their word as face value, then you will believe what they said, what old Blizzard said about the current devs that are there. Literally every game in the games has gone to shit when owners change the businessmen in the games. So if the owner is bad, that means everybody else is bad. Okay, actually, let me give you an example. So let's say that. Put it this way: how many owners of any store? Like, put it this way: do you like the? Or you feel? Well, hold on. Let me make sure I give a good example here. So, and not be controversial. All right. So you're trying to tell me that any company, let's say Walmart, let's say, I don't know, KFC, you can hate the owner. And because you don't like the owner, every worker that works for that company are all terrible. So all of them are terrible. Like if the owner changes, that means every single employee under that owner is now complete crap. All of them are trash. They have no talent. They go from being good workers to being terrible workers once the management or the CEO changes. That's literally what you just said. That's probably the best way I can put it. You literally just said, oh man, I used to go to the store all the time, right? Owner changed. Oh man, that favorite person that I like, that favorite clerk that I like, oh man, you're trash now. You know, because your owner's trash. I'm not gonna deny the owner could be trash, and I agree with you. I totally agree with the higher ups having interesting ways of monetizing games and being more about the business side of things than the fun side of things. You're completely correct about that. But I'm not going to blame every worker underneath them as if it's all their fault because ownership has changed. Like you can almost say that about like where you might work. You might not like the owner, but like imagine someone coming to you and say, "Oh, your owner sucks." Well, you suck too. You're a terrible worker too. Like, how much sense does that make?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Because it always matters is the last guy to make the decision. So you're trying to say who's good or bad is irrelevant because at the end of the day, that 1%, that really makes the weight in what you see. All right, so that's a very unfortunate viewpoint though, Nexter, to be honest. I will never side with everyone else is bad because you work for one person that's bad. Or it's everybody's fault because the one CEO is terrible. The people at the bottom don't make the decisions in any job or corporation. I don't get it. I mean, I work for a living, just like everyone else in the chat. There's higher ups who make the decisions and everyone else who don't. Hell, I work for Maxroll. I don't make the decisions. I get told what I'm supposed to do. I make suggestions, right? Speaking like a kid or good or bad? No, you're literally not answering the question. You're not replying to the topic at hand. You're literally blaming everybody else and saying they're all bad because, or sorry, they're all terrible. Literally your words, because the top or the CEO or the people who are managing said product is terrible, is bad. I mean, that's what you said. And then you say, I don't get it. I'm like, but I'm just repeating exactly what you said. Just gave a different analogy. All I said is, I'm not defending Blizzard, but what I'm trying to say is that not all the devs at Blizzard are bad. Obviously. And then you said, no, you're wrong. On reality, the only thing that's mattering is the one guy that's ruining the 99%. Okay, well that's now you're changing. Okay, so now you're saying something different. That's not the same thing. You didn't say that initially, sir. You said that is not what you said. You're walking back what you said. I don't necessarily disagree with that particular line, but you specifically said all the devs are bad. You didn't say that about the product. The product could be bad because of one person's decision or one or two people's decisions. That's true. But targeting people that are at the bottom of the chain and saying that they're bad, that's a different story.
Go on. I believe these ideas.
It's a bit infinite. I work for the government. All I wanted to do is zoom her boom boom. Regardless, what's going on? And trust me, man, you're not above anyone here in the chat to be like, I don't speak on childish terms of good or bad, bro. Come on. Don't be that dude. I know you're not that dude. If you disagree or you don't like something I'm saying, you know, you don't need to be that guy. Don't try to speak above anybody else here in chat. We're all on Twitch enjoying a stream, watching someone play a game. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? We're all just here, just trying to have a good time. Like, not I'm more adult than somebody else might be. Sorry, those words are beneath me. I am of a higher caliber individual. Where
Return to the earth.
maybe I should use satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Do I need to use more words with more syllables instead, or how's that work? I'm adulter than you. Love it. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know why people have to do that, though. I mean, legit. I mean, disagree is fine. But to try to establish some sort of superiority complex because of their word choice. It's not even bad word choice. It's not even like it's a bad word. Good or bad. I didn't know good or bad was considered childish. All right, but from now on, we're going to use satisfactory and unsatisfactory. You know, we got to appease the people who words with one syllable, you know, are beneath them. So let's practice using that. Here an example, okay? So I find Satisfactory is a pretty good game. I heard. Epic. Who's a Echohack plays that actually. I do find the Waystones drops early to mid endgame highly unsatisfactory. Did I do it right? I want to talk like a grown man, so I find that highly unsatisfactory. Well, that's great to die. Did I get my Waystones caught up? It's getting there. It really is getting there. No, we can't use those words, sir. That's a one-syllable word. That is beneath some people in the chat. You must use your words to describe something in the positive or negative must be at least 3 syllables, sir. So you know what happened to me, Tony? Also mainline. So what happened, honestly, I did the Ascension. I failed the fourth one because I didn't understand how the escape ones bamboozled me on the fourth floor or whatever. But on the way there, I actually got quite a few waystones. So who was it? I didn't agree initially. Who was it that did? I think it was Android or Android. Yeah, so like doing the chalice and the hourglass events have a lot of rares. And so I was actually getting waystones there. And I didn't really believe him in terms of like that's a place where you can actually farm for stuff, but man, it actually kind of worked out. So even if you're going in there to not pass, if you're just going in there just to do those two type of trials or whatever, you can actually get quite a bit of stuff from doing that. And I'm like, wow, he was right. And I was wrong. That sounds advantageous. Nice.
Quick and lethal.
Yeah, it was good though. It was definitely good. And so ever since then, I've been able to sustain a bit because I dropped like I think it was at least like 6 or 7 waystones that were like, you know, roughly either T8 or above. And so I've been able to sustain so far because of that. Step 2, tell the boss and get no. Channeling Sheldon Cooper, the early game progression isn't insufferable exercise in mediocrity, utterly devoid of any meaningful satisfaction or engagement. You, sir, sound like the adult I want to be when I grow up.
Raining death.
Did I manage to kill a pinnacle boss yet? I haven't tried yet. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I'm not even capped out on all my reses yet, so probably a bad idea. Not to mention, like, doing a pinnacle boss, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know much about them, but, like, I hear that the Dark Citadels are really hard to find. So, like, you mess up once, like, it'll take you, like, forever to find another Citadel to do another one. That's what I heard. I don't know, like, how much of that is accurate, but... So I've been kind of waiting until, like, I know that my character is probably ready before attempting one. It's true? Okay. Oh yeah. If forgetting how this map plays out. I also hate this map.
Choking cloud.
Yeah, I feel like my damage is actually quite decent for where I am. So I will say I am pretty happy with the progress we made putting this together and continuing the route that we did. Like, I have no regrets sticking with toxic growth or investing in toxic growth. This is a what, T13 or T14 or something like that?
Don't mind if I do.
Tigers, what's going on, man? I think it's been a minute. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. I bet they'll change it. Even the most hardcore player people seem to think it's overly punishing because of the time investment. Oh, the 6 portals thing versus the 1 portal thing. I never got a chance to play 6 portals or do 6 portals in the original Path of Exile. I never made it that far. I didn't play long enough. So I don't even know what the joys were of said thing. But I hear it was good. I can only imagine if I can't think about the fact that I have 1 portal now, but I have 6 portals and I can do the same map. Well, I guess what, 6 times I'm assuming, because you have 6 different portals, or if you die, you have 5 other portals left. Like, that seems to be such a drastic difference to the game.
Yes.
Bro, I might do this all wrong. Okay, evasion. Double evasion, kind of. Okay. And fire res. Kind of like that, actually. Might have to hold on to it.
Hello. Until next time.
After I just cleaned up my stash shit, or at least some of it. How much you got?
Good eating. Until next time.
I preface by saying I'm a huge PvM fan, but the Endgame and this hasn't done it for me just yet. I'm already becoming a hideout warrior, just playing the market for currency. So I'm gonna be honest. There has been times where I've been kind of tired of doing mapping for a bit, and wish that there was something else for me to kind of do. Now, originally I kind of just didn't really bother with trials because I initially just thought that they were only just for ascending or whatever, right? But I think I actually might do them just to have something else to do that's like different than mapping. Now, granted, I still have progress to make on my character, so I'm nowhere like near done by any means, but I have a hard time like just playing maps, even if there is a lot going on those maps or on mapping or with mapping. I don't think I got all the whatchamacallits, did I? I probably didn't. I'm about to go back and I probably didn't pull a lever somewhere. I don't think I did. Alright, so I'm missing a lever somewhere. I pulled you. Ruby ring. You're running the hardest content? No. Well, technically, you know, the actual T15 Waystone super juiced up to with 8 affixes or whatever is considered like the hardest of hardest outside of pinnacle bosses, I believe. So not there yet, but like I guess what you're doing, like what we do now in mapping is basically just a harder version of what we're already doing, just kind of more things that we have to deal with kind of sort of on each map. If that makes sense.
Raining death.
Yeah, I haven't fought a pinnacle boss yet, and I'm definitely not ready for that. I don't think. Oh god. All those projectiles hurt. This is since. Oh, I'm slowed.
An easy trophy.
Okay, where you at? Really? I almost died like 4 times. I'm rolling a poison ranger because I got a unique helm that ignites everything around. I think I found that helm once or twice, I believe. Fortunately, since I'm solo self-found, I can't trade it or trade it out or whatever. But I don't think I would ever really go that route. So. Have I discovered the passive no acrobatics yet? I don't know what the names of the passive no's are, so like. So I don't know all that. So what is all hits? Or I guess what can we not evade right now? I guess that part I don't know. Yeah, you like the poison lingering. Well, that's because I have to for the toxic growth. Like I actually need the gas arrow to linger around so I can spam toxic growth. So it's really not really the damage, the dot damage that I care about. It's just so I can blow up my growths or whatever, and that's really it. You'll evade death effects? Really? Stack tons of evade? Alright, well, that's going to be a problem. Solo self-found makes that really difficult to do, but I'm on the way, I guess, kind of.
Greetings.
Not busting the bad way, just very good. All hits, boss hits, AoE slams, things that normal evades. I guess I didn't know what normal evade could or could not dodge. Okay. Well, I think I might have to eventually. Well, I also need to go this route anyways at some point and go this way. I think I ended up getting my final node over that I wanted to. I think it was over. Where was it? I think it was that. So I do want to come over and this way and then eventually take that and then that and this. Probably also respec some stuff that I probably don't need anymore that I took really early on that I thought I wanted. But have I know the amulets? No, because I don't have enough of the materials to do it yet. Like for any of the ones that I would want, I don't have enough material. J Matt, what's up? But yeah, I gotta do more delirium stuff, and my delirium experience has been kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's, or sometimes I do good, and sometimes I'm not quite sure where the cloud is going because it's not. To me, it's not that obvious. As a newer player, I kind of don't know where the, like I kind of know where the cloud is going sometimes, and then I think I'm in the cloud, and then the game says I'm not in the cloud, and I'm just like, oof. Okay, so that was a 13 that we did, right? So there's a 12. You can see the wind effect. Yeah, but like the area still seems pretty gray. Like it's like even when I'm out of it, if I look, like the wind effect on my character or the wind effect on the like inside the cloud, or I guess what confuses me is that like when I'm outside the cloud, the area is still gray. Like it'd be nice if like the cloud, like if you're in the cloud, then like the screen is gray, and then when you're out of the cloud, the screen is back to its normal color. Then it's like really obvious then. But I don't know. Maybe eventually I'll get it, but I feel like I'm like really bad at like like determining where I am in the cloud or whatever. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm in the cloud. Like I'm like I literally see the gray and like the little cloudy thing right there, and the game is telling me no. I was just like, am I not far enough in the cloud, or? So yeah, I've ruined quite a few deliriums that way. So I'm just like, maybe I'm just not good enough for that yet. Oh, I've been meaning to ask a question since you guys are here. So on this mechanic right here, corruption, do the monsters that what was it? The monsters that combine, that merge together, can they drop loot too, or is it just extra annoyance that you just wish didn't happen? Because like I've always wondered that. Because like, you know, they'll sometimes merge to some, you know, to something really dangerous, and I kill it, and I don't really think I ever see anything from it. Also, it looks like I can't. Hey, how do I find out the recipe for the thing again? I forgot. For whatchamacallit. There we go. Okay, so I can't do it on this. Never mind. I could do it here or something, but I can't do it here. Okay. So you think they drop loot? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't recall me seeing loot from them. That's why I was asking. Like, maybe I just haven't done enough. So, figure ass chat. Got some 15s I can do, but we're gonna wait. 7. Throw a 10 in there, 6. Yeah, all right. We're getting to the in-game maps now. Look at us progressing. Or the higher maps, I put it that way. I would say in-game maps, but higher maps. What was this one? This one, yeah. Where am I? Fortress. Sure. 4% increased monster damage though. And monster damage penetrates 25% elemental resistances. Alright, but this is gonna hurt. Going enough layers, you can get a daily boss. I saw a boss at one point, and then like he left after that. Like I started, like we started or whatever, and he just left. And I was like, "What in the world? Like, who was that?" And they was like, "Oh, it's the Delirium boss." I'm like, "Oh." Alright, so here's Delirium now, right? So the cloud is going left or down left, right? So I just need to go left with it. Yeah, everything's gonna hurt. Oh, God. Not doing ritual right now. Okay, now I'm not in the cloud. I saw that time. Okay, stay in the cloud, but don't die. No. The area blocked me. Alright, well that was better than the other attempts, I put it that way. Kinda don't want to do the ritual right now. I'll come back for it. The monster's damage is too dangerous. So you didn't get pinned? Okay, that's a good way to say. You try getting your 30 sensitivity today. You died to the Scorpion boss. There's a kill speed mechanic on it. Oh, you mean on the Delirium? I was just scared to move because like I can't see anything going south. And the mobs were dangerous, so like I was scared to kind of keep going. The Jug Dog with the sub. Appreciate you, man.
Death from above.
Whoa, what? Jug Dog with the, what is it? How many is that? 3, 4, 5, like, it was like 14, 15? 15 gift subs. Are those Christmas subs, or you just wanted like 8 pets? Nah, but for real though, appreciate you, man. I'm sure they all appreciate it. So now to get more than 3 slots in your chest. I mean, I don't know how to get 2. I can get 2. I guess the third comes from the Vow Orb, right? You can get 4. High Alert. It's a passive that can be anointed. That gets 50% increase in evasion while at full life. Also gets 15% stun threshold, sorry. What's it called? It's called High Alert. What's the cost for it though? For anointing that? Up past 5 slots? Oh, holy hell. Well then yeah, I don't know.
Poking cloud.
You just lower tier the stills. That seems really useful. I feel like I don't have much of it at all. So like, I get hit. Like when I get hit, like I'm really not like, you know, getting the benefit of the doubt of a dodge or whatever, because my evade is like low. So I'm like legit playing pretty much literal glass cannon in these situations. You can craft the steels to higher the tiers by using 3 of each. With like these materials, or how do you do that? I do wonder how much easier this would be if I actually had like decent amount of evasion, rather than like kind of running for my life most of the time. Ow. You mean, oh, on the bench. Okay, gotcha. So you can just reforge him into higher tiers? Is that how that works? Parents, what's going on, man? We'll go this way. Through here, give you one next to the next one, and so on. What are the tiers? If you don't mind me asking, like, what's the lowest tier, what's the highest tier, etc.
Choking cloud.
I don't know what they are name wise. It's costly to get isolation minimum HP for me to get past this there. D3 actually used to let you do that though, ironically enough, which I think the Hellfire Amulet was literally that. You fought bosses for parts, Uber bosses for parts, and then basically you would craft a Hellfire Amulet that had a chance of getting one of the passives you already got. Or you get an additional passive, put it that way. So instead of being able to do 4 passives, you be able to get 5 passives. And that was actually kind of cool, but the gameplay loop sucked though. Like doing those Ubers were awful. They were boring. They were like complete one shot, boring. On every build, on everything, every skill, everything. It just, you walk in and they just like walk over. They just fall over and die and just give you the parts or whatever. But the concept was cool until Squirt's necklace and Flavor of Time or whatever became a thing, and then that was kind of it for Hellfire Amulets. Oh, that hurt.
Miasma.
You can paste a lane. Is it really that many tiers? I mean, I don't mind. I just thought it might be like maybe three or 4 tiers or whatnot. Best part was when moms were drunk. Every time I go to those changes, she started fake crying. It's like you destroyed yourself. I spent a while before yelled at her boyfriend for spilling the wall on the floor. I mean, as long as you take care of it, you take care of your teeth, you'll be fine. It's a bit dramatic though. Well, I've seen this gothic quarterstaff so many times.
That's quite nice.
Lurk is only 5 passive skills away from everyone's main freedom. I don't know, man. I went some funky directions, so like I don't even know. Actually, we're about to find out. Actually, like where is it? I guess you're not. Yeah, you're not wrong. Actually, yeah. Well, I guess yeah. I guess it like literally. Yeah. But yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, literally 5. But yeah. in order for me to get some of the other stuff, though, I'm definitely gonna have to like respec some things though. I haven't like went through my stuff and try to figure out what I want to respec. Now that I have a slightly better idea of how the game goes, slightly. Actually, what is this? Here, greed. I don't know if I have greed though. It's not permanent. Oh well, then. Yeah, such an overreaction. Then I thought they were permanent. I was like, really, bro. I always need evasion. I need a little bit of everything. Other knows that give a good passive, also a main stat. Yeah. Senora, what's going on? Yeah, but the Hellfire Amulet was not ever anything you keep for a period of time. There actually was a time though. There was a time where everybody wanted a Hellfire Amulet. This is, you have to remember though, this is before the Squirts Flavor of Time era. Because remember, Squirts and Flavor of Time didn't have any legendary power at all. It was just amulets that did nothing. And in the moment that they gave them legendary powers, all of a sudden, same thing with the S of Yon, same thing. So like all three of those amulets didn't have power at all. Not that you would use the S of Yon now, but there was a time where you would wear it, especially with God 6 builds, but that's a while back. But yeah, I mean, it's been so long since the Scourge Flavor of Time buff that people don't, not everybody remembers that Hellfire Amulet was the go-to amulet for a bit. This is like over 7 years ago we're talking about, since the Hellfire Amulets were like the go-to for every class. Now it's like maybe the go-to for barbs on some builds, but Moon's up, what's going on? But also nice to see you, Senyata. Definitely prefer the anoint. What's the anointed? Is it anoint? What is it? That's first approach now. Am I spelling that wrong? Also, Rest, appreciate the follow. Oh, we're talking about this? No, that's acrobatics. I think I guess get there at some point. Oh, using the anoint. Okay, I think it's about doing passive. Silly me. All right. Also need to remove the point from here because this doesn't help. This is actually nice to have, but most of the other stuff I have is kind of fluffish. I don't necessarily have to have this, but this isn't bad. But I could just take the points from here and go to the high alert if I wanted to real quick. That'd be a pretty big survivability boost actually. Preferring to pin in the high alert. Okay, yeah. I said I prefer the. Gotcha. Everything is multiplicative and not additive, so it's like 30 to 50% on base. Yeah, I guess for me, I just don't really have a lot of nodes. I don't have a lot of evade in general, because I just don't. I actually don't even know what my stat is. How much evasion will I have? Yeah. So I have a 52% chance to evade. I assume that is not a lot. Yeah, only 31% movement speed. Oh, it's right here. It's right in front of my face. Look at that. Of course, I'd mix it right there.
What is it?
So bad. Can someone explain to me this real quick? What in the hell is cast speed? How is that different than like attack speed or Sorks? Cast speed for spell? Oh, okay. I was wondering. I'm like, okay. I was wondering. I'm just like, why does this keep rolling? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Thanks, chat. I was legitimately confused. I'm like, okay, so I have. Oh, I'm gonna keep this ring actually. I'll put that over her. I'll get rid of that because, lol. We got
What can I do for you?
enchant. We'll throw this in the stash. Okay, distilled ear. Okay, so let's try to annoy something since I don't really. Because this is a good amulet that I'm probably gonna keep for a bit. So, or a decent amulet I can keep for a bit. So, I need greed and ear, ear, or whatnot. Ear, distilled ear. Okay. Actually, what other passes would I might want? I guess that's kind of really it. That's like good. Not good, but like this is actually not bad either. Not that. Manifold is actually. Nope, that's not what I'm talking about. Where is it? That's like really good for mana. This mental toughness. That's also only 3 points away for that. So I guess it's not that bad. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I guess we will do the high alert. Okay, so I got ear greed. Okay, so how do I how do I do this? I got greed, right? Hold up. I got greed, right? And I got some ear. So like, do I just right click to open up the window? Oh, I have some stuck in the window anyway. Why do I have stuff stuck in the window? All right, so I need ear, right? And then ear again, right? And then was it green? Order's important. Okay, let me make sure I don't ruin this. Okay, so ear greed. Okay, there we go. I think we did it. So ear greed. Ear greed. And we do the amulet, right? And then I just hit instill. That's it. I take my amulet when I'm done. Gotcha. All right. Well, we got high alert. We got some more. Look at that. Look at that. Invasion. Moving on up. Thanks, chat. Sheesh. I'm not gonna say it with the that the high tone. Yeah, make sure you appreciate the follow. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys. All right, my wife is giving me 45 minutes, so I got 45 minutes to play and stream. Did you know you can craft maps? I mean, like from scratch? Like you can make a map out of materials. Speaking of which, let's experiment. Oh, merge them. Yeah. Reforge. Yeah. I've done that. I've been doing T15's for now. Saving the 15's for later. Yeah, let's experiment. Kind of want to do the let's remove the pinning part of this. Put that there. Guess we need something else to put there though. How about we do what was it at? Sure. And we'll just keep that there. Alright, so Waystone. Looks like you should do 3 more T11s. What is mirror? I don't know what mirror is. Battle Factory. Probably should be going to the crypts. Not crypts, the towers. Like these towers right here. I haven't activated these 2 towers yet, which is bad. What build is this? It's a made up, like a custom made poison build that's based around hit damage and toxic growth. Oh no, this is this is burning ground, isn't it? No, it has patches of burning ground. I should have saw that before I put this in here. I know almost every other poison build player would love that, but I, for my build, hate it. Yeah, I know. I got the whole new upgrade. I got the fresh anointing and everything. And map says, "Hold my beer." Yeah, I hate burning so much. Because I can't explode my my toxic growths. So literally, like, my main skill is like, I don't say useless, but it's so much harder to use.
You there, local. Come.
Sag. Oh, whoops. I'm like standing in the fire while I'm reading the chat. Not good. It should make skill gems reforgeable. I'm actually surprised they actually don't do that. But what do I know? So we'll put a thing here. The chaos damage, I don't care. I have physical damage, so we're good. Increase experience. I feel like I'm gonna die. I actually would not be upset if I rip this map. Like, I wouldn't be that upset. That's how much I hate this affix. Immune to physical damage. Oh hell no. Alright, we need to put another detonator somewhere else. Sure, whatever. That's fine. And then blow them up and then run. Trying to. I don't know where they are. Yeah, my build doesn't even work. Here. Wait, is he on fire? Yo, dude was on fire just now. Oh, he's back on fire. Is he gonna win? Bro, he's doing no damage. Bruh. Somebody give him some gear, man. Hey, you want like a I'm sure I can give you like a mace or so. Oh, I'm on fire. Okay, no, bro. No, man. Bro. Nah, this is a fight between you and him, alright? I got nothing to do with this. Alright? It's just you and him. Go on. Go on. Let's do it. No, bro. Yo, the skeleton, man. I'm telling you, Skelly, you don't want none. You don't want none. Bro, I'm telling you. I'm warning you. Bro, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. I promise you don't want to do this. Alright.
Choking clouds.
He had it coming, guys. Yeah, I warned him. I did. But props to the Merc though, man. Dude was fighting them off on fire. Dude was on fire. Literally lit like 4 times and kept fighting. Oh, whoops. Okay, I got that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm Iron Cast here too. I saw you new with the sub. Appreciate you. Down a quarterstaff. Nah, none of that. Back away to chest.
Need something?
Nope. No. You did well. You did well. You did well. You have earned my respect. You just need a better weapon though, but you got my respect. He needs to follow up. It's a she. She was you know, she was working it. Alright, mainline, you have a good one. Mainline. Alright, so my rain of arrows duration has fell a ton. Like, it does not last nearly as long as it was. Now, I don't know if it was... Now, I had the area, the magnified effect gem on it before, and I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. I know I have frenzy stacks too, but... Yeah, that lasts longer. Merry Christmas to you too. Saucy. No, I guess I didn't have any effect on it. What's caused me to not? Unless I'm not able to use combat for it. No, I have it. Okay, I'm on fire. Yo, leave me alone. It's also like a MAME effect too that I kind of wanted there. I think I might have to go back to Vine Arrow for a bit, just cause. Let's take some stuff from. Scatter is what I really want. But I don't have it. Back in time. Missing frenzy charges. Could be. Could be. It just felt a little awkward. 18. Do 17 for this. I'm not like 100% on Vine Arrow. Or going back to Vine Arrow. I guess I could support it with skill gems too as well. I don't have literally anything else to use them on, so not skill gems, but prisms. Also, same thing here. Give me an extra one. Where's the main? Alright, so we'll do that for now. And then maybe I put this. Maybe I put this back. But I haven't decided yet. I found out how to, yeah, I do have a home. I just so used to being homeless that I guess rather just travel. Travel through the ziggurats. But yes, I do have a home. The fire hurts a lot though. Oh, why can't I hit the guys? There we go. Oh wow. I'm not even seeing the explosions because they're like blending in with the fire, the burning. They feel like you to ramp. Yeah, man, no problem. Whoa. Can I pick up gear piece? Or not? Game says no. Okay. Wait. Stash Tetris. We got this. We got this. Best Tetris player on my block. We got this.
would only slow me down.
What, that would? Yeah, we can think about the town anyway, because I'm gonna need that Zealot bow. Can I play mouse and keyboard? Yeah. Currently have 163 spirit, bro. Yeah, yeah. I sitting over here at an even 100. Elemental damage though. This is actually interesting. 77%. Well, no, that's increased armor and evasion from the whatchamacallit. Never mind. But the plus 50 to experience, 20% reduced mana fossil skills. Yeah, none of that's really worth. That 52 spirit is actually quite nice, but I guess one a unique I can use, man. I'm trying to justify wearing one. I'm trying hard. The visual reward seems underwhelming. I almost don't even do them anymore, man. I just kind of skip them.
What can I do for you?
I need the belt. I heard the belt was good. Was it the Headhunter belt? Is that what it is? Oh, the engineer. What does that do? It's Smexy. Wait, I thought you said you were leaving. You said Merry Christmas and then you said you were leaving, or was that somebody else?
Got no pack space for that.
God, that hurt. Expert Hunter Hood. Yeah, but the fact that my build literally doesn't work on this map is just it's still quite hilarious. Are you serious? Bro, I'm rolling. And I can't blow up my toxins. Come on, let me do this. Alright. We survived. Wow, you just exploded right in my face. Okay. That was a fight.
Stay light, stay alive.
Can't even pick it up. Wait, what is that? Wait, why is that still doing the thing? Bro, I just got way too much stuff. It increases effectiveness of rings. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like that.
Got no pack space for that.
I honestly don't know how I'm still alive on this map. Oh, probably should take that. Alright, let's kill this last elite and get off this map. Also applies 20% of your pot instantly. But you said it applies 20% of your pot instantly. Yeah, that actually sounds good for states like Colorado. I was literally gonna go through that portal and like, like it was gonna take me somewhere different. Ryzen, someone got what I just said.
Choking cloud.
Maybe a different amount. This is a lot better. Increase your auto speed.
Choking cloud.
Okay, we gotta play some more stash testers real quick. There we go. Boom. Okay. That's diminishing returns. Cherry, what's going on? I haven't opened it yet. It's actually one of the first things I'm going to do when I get off the stream, but I have not opened it yet. I actually have the box sitting right here.
What do you think?
Dang, it's actually out of my dex range. Okay. Oh, you know what I can do? It's on hit though. I had to like hit on it, yeah. So I guess never mind. I guess the Mamie actually works. I don't like this though. We can find a better support. Oh, whoops. No, that's not what I want to do. Where is it? Fast speed is fine. Oh, wait. There we go.
Speak.
Yes?
Hello.
%6 increase global physical damage. What does that mean? Like global? Does anybody know what, like, what's the difference between global physical damage and just increased physical damage? Like, I feel like there's something special about the word global that I don't know anything about. Can it be hovered? No. That's why, yeah, that's what I was asking. There's no like dotted underline. All damage sources? Oh, okay.
They'll be here.
I guess I'll hold on. Yeah, I definitely hold on to it. But like everything else on here don't really do anything for me. Okay. Enemy kill. This one for evasion.
Yes.
Actually, wait a minute. Did I ever use the whatchamacallits? I don't think I've ever used my the Gem Cutter's Prisms. Vine Arrow. Oh wait. I did it wrong. The whole shift. Hey, what's going on? I'll broken circle it. So I'll put that there. Alright, we got time for one more map, y'all. One more. Should I just key in the 15? I haven't done one yet. Just YOLO. Oof.
Speak.
Alright, we won't do a mechanic though, so we'll do something like any open maps. South Factory, Savannah. Sure. Alright, first 15 ever. See if I'm gonna regret it. I haven't seen this map in a while.
Toxic rain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm killing things. I killed my first elite on the 15. Nice. Are we in the stream soon? Yeah, because told the wife she gave me 45 minutes, 30 minutes ago. So this is definitely the last map. Definitely not gonna do the ritual right now though. Nice. All right, we're doing pretty good right now, actually. For our first 15 ever so far. You said you was just AFK. Yeah, I'm gonna be done in about 10 minutes. So this is definitely my last one, last map for the night. Kill everything, yes. Yeah, this is going way better than I expected it to go. Yeah, I mean, skill hitting, man. Like the skill is actually toxic growth doing this thing. Can't wait to actually get like some actual good stuff. Studded vest, we'll take that. You're in a T15 unknowingly that is a rated +1 enemy level. Oh yeah, it is right. I forgot about I forgot about that.
Toxic rain.
It feels easier than the map that had the burning ground on it, where my build just didn't work. You believe it now? missing an enemy somewhere. Oh, never mind. Box already opened. Just nothing came out of it, it seems like.
Choking cloud.
Oh, map completed. All right, we completed our first
Quite
15,
nice.
guys. Get it. What's the skill rotation in the build? I mean, honestly, it's just gas arrow into toxic growth, but oftentimes at this particular tier of mapping, I'm like really squishy right now because I don't have the appropriate resistances or a lot of evasion. So I throw down Vine Arrow to kind of like slow them down a little bit so they don't like, you know, instantly like jump me or whatever. And then I do Gas Arrow, Toxic Growth. And while the Gas Arrow is up, I can just spam Toxic Growths because then it'll just blow up at that point. So Gas Arrow is only really there just to make sure that my Toxic Growths actually blow up. Like that's its only purpose really. So once it's up in one spot, if you need to throw in multiple Toxic Growths, you can. But so far, I've only been able to only really need to do it once for most pack clearing, like that. But on bosses though, yeah, you just throw down one gas arrow and then spam Toxic Growths basically on top of that gas arrow.
Miasma.
Okay, I think that is the whole map. But that was our first 15, y'all. Successfully cleared. So nice. You started maps. Any tips? Do towers. Get the towers as fast as you can. I did not do that because I didn't realize how valuable they were. But go like try to get to these towers and put the tablets inside the towers so you can get modifiers that's going to help you be able to get more XP, better rarity and stuff like that. That's going to help you gear up faster, as well as be able to get more map waste zones to drop, which is extremely important. I've had issues with waste zone drops for like the longest. It's been better now, but I farmed them technically kind of outside of mapping with doing trials. But yeah, get to the towers is quickly with like precursor tablets. Make sure to upgrade the tablets and whatnot. It's probably the number one thing I would do. Past that point, read the what the symbols mean, because that's very important. Like these little things right here, they're map mechanics or old league mechanics or whatever. So knowing what Breach and Delirium and Expedition does is important. So therefore you're not, you know, going in like completely blind. You read them and you still be a little lost, but at least you have an idea of what's going to happen. So you want to get one try too. So like, let's say I do this map and I fail, then both of these mechanics go away. Same thing for boss. So if you reach a boss, like a map with the boss here, the little symbol here, you die on that map, then that boss goes away. Everybody has a different starting zone. I don't know. How come you turn damage numbers off? I don't think there is any damage numbers on in Path of Exile. I don't think they have damage numbers, period. Got the T15, had to do 2 and I had two 215s I completed and one died, another one I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck on T12, 13, can't find anything higher, ran about 20 maps, no luck getting back to T14, 15. That's why I was scared of. That's why I didn't want to do a T15 map. I was like, I'm not about to ruin that map. But I gotta go now, so I figured to go out of the stream with a bang, just do the 15 and see if I can do it. So, well, that pretty much showed that I could, and I'm happy with the build's progression so far. And I guess we just keep going up from here. So, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, y'all. Merry Christmas. And or whatever you may or may not celebrate. If that's Hanukkah or you don't celebrate Christmas at all good. No judgment or anything like that. Just hope that you guys have a good holidays. Have a good Christmas dinner, family ish, etc., etc. You probably, I doubt you'll see me on tomorrow. I doubt you'll see me on later on tonight. I doubt it. So check me back on Thursday. If I am on, it'll be like late, like super late. But don't count on it. If you don't see me on, you'll see me on Thursday, of course. Anyhow, let's find somebody to raid out to. We're doing good though. I'm actually really happy about our build, man. I think we did good. Considering solo self found, going in blind, making a custom build out of nothing. I think we're doing pretty all right. I think. Lefty TV's up. Thanks for the countless hours of entertainment. We're gonna go to Crip. Crip is very supportive of the channel. It's been here often. I will say this, as I say at the end of every stream, you guys can literally be anywhere else on any other Path of Exile stream or whatnot, but you're here with me hanging out, and I never take that for granted. With that being said, enjoy my boy Crip, and as always, till next time.